How are you, dude?
Recording started. Look at this. This is cool. It records this too?
Yeah. So this is the platform that I've been using to do all my live streaming on Tuesday nights. And I can add people and remove people. I can do all sorts of you want a banner?
Oh my God, there's
Look at
a banner. Look at that.
I got you a banner.
Listen to the Hardy and Sons podcast. I like that.
If that's not enough for you, we can add some.
I like that duck.
Add some.
Yeah,
it's a
I like
StreamYard
that.
duck.
Yeah. That's a mallard, baby. Look at that thing.
Yeah, I can change the background, but it doesn't do much when. Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah, I like that one.
Well, this is mine. I made this is my hat logo on the pink.
It's too feminine. For Rip hammer plates? Rip needs something strong.
So I was thinking we could make this video available online somewhere.
Oh, look at that.
But if we reference anything that we're looking at, that tends to hurt the podcast, like the audio version of the podcast. I
agree with you.
The podcast.
All of a sudden, we're the Joe Rogan show.
Yeah, and that's not.
No, I never know what he's talking about. I'm always like, Joe Rogan, I'm so mad at you.
Why are you yelling, Joe?
Yeah, Joe's always yelling. I don't know why he's always yelling. He's an angry man. He's always sweating, too. It's like getting a controlled environment, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Ever heard of air conditioning?
Hey! Woo!
So with the video, I'll do my best to narrate here, but I wanted to, let's see if I can make this happen. Stand by 1 second. I'm going to try to share my screen.
Oh, I like that.
Let's see if I can pull this up here. Okay.
Something's happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at that.
So this is my Reddit feed.
There's beans. But no, it's just bean. Just a single bean.
Yeah, this is, I only really follow Jake and Amir on Reddit.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But I come, where are my subreddits? Man, I know nothing about Reddit. Let's see, home. I think it's under here. There we go. Hardy and Sons podcast subreddit.
Oh, we have a Reddit.
We've got a subreddit now, yeah.
Nice.
So I thought we would come on here and read all the posts from our subredditors who have posted things in the past week.
Yeah, baby.
And we're done.
That's it?
As you can see, there are no posts in our subreddit currently.
Not one person.
Well,
posted.
I posted.
That's
I posted
sad.
26 days ago. So stoked everyone is here. And
we have nothing.
I upvoted that. And that's where we are.
Sean, if I understood how Reddit worked, I would try and help you. But this is foreign to me. This is a very confusing interface.
I also don't know how Reddit works.
We need someone who uses Reddit to handle our Reddit account.
Yes, if anyone logs onto our Reddit, I will make you a moderator. I think I know how to do that. But I wanted to put this out there because, as we talked about, the Instagram, we're not monitoring anymore.
No. Keith Mees is doing some polls that are going to tear us apart. So
yeah.
There's that. I mean, seriously? I mean, Sean's a great host. Okay, we all know that.
I think I did a lot more work on Instagram to recruit people than you did.
Yeah, but your people...
And so
they don't even listen to the show. I feel like if you don't listen to the show, you're not allowed to vote.
Well, there's just
it was a popularity contest, Sean. I'm back in high school again. I'm losing.
Yeah. So
to Rip Hammer Plates, the most popular kid in my high school. I just use his name now.
Rip Hammer Plates. All right. Well, without further ado, we should probably pick up where we left off. I just wanted to put that Reddit, the subreddit information out there. It's r/Hardy and Sons podcast.
Oh, very nice.
If you need, it's reddit.com/r/Hardy and Sons podcast. And make some noise on there because we don't have Instagram, we're not logging on and checking it. If you have notes or feedback, this will be a place where we can go without the minutia of being on Instagram all the time.
They can also share and start a community of other, Hardy Boy book fans and great stuff like that? Is that how Reddit works? Can you share posts with each other?
Yeah, there's even a Hardy Boys subreddit here. Let me throw this back up on the screen.
Let's write something in that subreddit right now from our account.
I have, actually, with 12 upvotes. Hardy Boys podcast. You'll see this here.
Oh, wow.
6 people commented.
What'd they say?
Thanks for sharing this. I'll check it out. Thanks for sharing. Hadn't known about your podcast till now. Literally just reread House on the Cliff tonight. I don't know how they got through that book in one night. That took us 4 months.
Sean, I feel like we should live respond to these people right now.
I don't know what I'd want to say to them,
I do. I have immediate responses to everything.
Well, I feel like you should make it. This would be a fantastic opportunity for you to make a Reddit account.
I'm going to get on Reddit.
Coming as me.
Yeah. Hey, guys, this is David, the losing host of the Hardy and Sons podcast.
Wait, do you think you're like voice dictating to Reddit right now?
Yeah.
You're not.
Hey, guys. I started off like a YouTube video, too, so don't worry.
What's up, everybody? Don't forget to smash that upvote.
What's up, everybody? I wanted to be the meathead version of that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to put that out there again. If you want to interact, the subreddit is a good place for that.
Beautiful. Nicely done.
When we last left the boys, we were in the middle of a chapter.
Yeah. Con Riley gets a package, correct?
I believe so.
And I don't remember what page.
Con Riley guards a package. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about listening to the last episode before we started this because it's been like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a while, as some might say.
I think we had just sort of done the introduction and the boys were just coming up on Con, which Con is short for constable, I believe. It's Constable Riley.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
And I don't know that we ever learn his actual name. They just call him Con Riley.
What if he only has one name and it's just Riley?
Or what if it is Con and he
That's
just
true.
happened to be a constable?
Whoa, Constable. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
But Con is short for Constantinople.
Yeah, not Istanbul.
Not Istanbul. That is right, sir. Which is a great game, by the way. There's a game called Istanbul that I play on my cellular device. Fantastic. It's a fun game. I think it's only a $4.99 purchase. That's $4.99. That is, yeah.
That's about, I'd say, 1/4 of a Hardy and Sons.
That's 1/4 of a
t-shirt.
Hardy. Yep, that's right, sir. Give or take. Take.
Yes. One last thing before we get into this, and I found where we left off. I think we'll be on page 106.
We did not make it
page
far.
106. No. But there was a lot to unpack in that first page. We really got to know Con Riley.
Yes, we did.
I wanted to say that StreamYard here that we're using to record this video and share our screen and such, StreamYard is the platform that we'll be using for the Hardy and Sons Season 3 live finale.
Oh.
Where you and I can be side by side like this, but then we can also, if I wanted to just put this up full screen, I could.
Whoa, look
See
at
that?
Yeah.
See that?
Impressive.
And so I could do that with each of our individual performers, or we'll still be here.
Yeah.
We'll still be in the lobby. And we actually have a private chat over on the side. This is not a paid promotion for StreamYard. I just really, really like this platform. But if you see the private chat tab over on the right, I can type things that no one else can see.
Whoa! You guys don't know what he just said. I'm going to say something back.
If we were live on YouTube, the comments tab would actually show a live feed of the comments coming into YouTube.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah.
Nice. Are we going to do the whole podcast in this private chat? Because I feel like we should.
I feel like when people have Zoom calls, like with big groups, like when I'm in big group calls, I text people and we talk about how bad the Zoom call is, things like that. But I feel like
remind me never do a Zoom call with you.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus,
I'm barely paying attention. But I feel like with just you and I on the video chat, I like that we still have a private chat going on. Stuff that we want to keep out of the Zoom. But it's not Zoom. It's StreamYard.
It's StreamYard.
StreamYard.com.
I'm enjoying this site. This is my first time using. I can see myself being a long-time subscriber.
It's an easy thing to use.
It really is.
Yeah, I gave
and
you a
they
link,
allowed
you
me to
clicked
pick
you
a
typed
name.
Rip Hammer Plates and booyah.
Yeah. Boom! Anything that's like, hey, what do you want your name to be? You're all right by my book, baby.
Well, let's get into it. So, the Hardy Boys are in the group that Con Riley has spotted, and this group of boys is approaching him. And we had talked about Chet Morton, a boy who was born to be hanged if there ever was one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
dark.
Man. Oh man, I forgot about that. Now I'm bummed.
Yeah, but they're also there with the Hardy Boys: Chet, Tony, Phil, Jerry, and Biff. The whole pack of them.
Yeah.
We're at the top of 107. Still, Con Riley was in good humor that afternoon, so he unbended sufficiently to bestow a nod of greeting upon the boys, and that is a mouthful of a sentence.
That's a great sentence.
To his surprise, they gathered around him. And here's where we already said at the beginning of the last episode, this chapter ends in the worst possible way that a chapter could end. Like the last line of this chapter is, I think, my favorite last line of a chapter, given the content and the motive of the boys throughout this chapter. Con Riley was having himself a good day. He's made his alimony payment and his kids are taken care of. He's doing as good as Con can.
Yeah, he's got Billy on repeat. He is just rocking and rolling today.
He's got what on repeat?
Billy, the big mouth bass. He's not worrying. He's being happy.
I believe he has a Billy Club with him, which is what I thought you were referencing. But
he also has the Billy Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What has been done with Paul Blum? Asked Frank. He's in jail, said Riley, with the portentous frown he always assumed when discussing matters of crime. He's in jail, and in jail he'll stay.
Nice.
So,
beautifully
nothing to worry
worded.
about. Con Riley on the case.
Yeah.
Paul Blum is not a problem.
No.
Anymore.
He is done being a Paul Blum, and he is in jail. In jail he will stay. Do you think that sentence will ring true?
Yeah, I don't know if that's just a heaping teaspoon of cinnamon foreshadowing, but we'll see where it goes. But then we get into some judicial discussions.
Yeah, which is very interesting.
One of the boys asks, hasn't he been tried yet?
Not
Constable
yet.
shook his head.
The rascal has a lawyer, and the case has been adjourned.
Yeah, so this is in the 1920s. We've talked about the difference between police officers in the public eye now versus the 60s during the rewrites and now in the 20s going back further, and how it's a contentious relationship. No one likes the cops. But once again, it seems like the cops are upset that justice is being served and that this man is allowed a lawyer.
Yeah.
And the lawyer has used the legal system to have the case adjourned.
Yeah. Oh, that's sad.
To which Chet says, not much doubt that he'll get a heavy sentence. And Chet was carrying beneath his arm a package wrapped in brown paper.
Ooh, you think this is one of Chet's famous pranks? Or do you think it's his lunch?
It could be either. But the last time that Chet was near Con Riley with a package, it was a fake bomb at Rocco's fruit stand. So the fact that Con hasn't just like done a stop and frisk on Chet at this point is somewhat remarkable. That's some restraint and
this
trust.
Man is
none of
dumb.
It
Jesus.
This is the definition of a bad apple police officer. Not that he's necessarily corrupt. He's just so dumb.
He's stupid.
Just so bad at his job, it seems.
He's a big old dum-dum. Let's see. What does he do? I'm
Uh,
trying to refresh myself on this chapter.
yeah, it's been 3 weeks since you've read this.
Yeah.
So they start sort of goading Con Riley and like inflating his ego a little bit. And so Chet asks, like, hey, didn't you fellas tell me that Lieutenant Riley helped capture the counterfeiter? Asked Chet innocently, turning to the Hardy Boys. And see, well, then I'll just read you read the next paragraph.
Is that the top of...
Bottom of 107, Riley's chest.
Ooh. Riley's chest expanded visibly when he heard himself referred to as Lieutenant, and when it dawned on him that Chet thought he had a part in the actual capture of Blum, he tried to look as modest as possible, although he did not succeed very well. "Oh, I helped, he said, with a deprecatory wave of the hand. Depreciatory?
I don't know. You're on your own.
Yeah.
I'm glad you read it and not me.
Yeah, they did.
I think I would have said depreciatory, but that's not right.
No.
I think deprecatory is right.
Deprecatory. Deprecatory sounds weird, though. Deprecatory.
Let's try this.
Are you going to do one of those Google speeches? I'm saying depreciatory. Depreciatory? What did I say before? I'm saying what I said before. I'm going with my gut instinct of what the first thing I said was.
Deprecatory.
No, hit the play. Did it say that?
I don't know that we can hear it.
But you can. You repeat it.
Deprecatory.
Yes!
Deprecatory.
Is that like deprecation?
It means expressing disapproval or disapproving.
Oh. That's not how I would have read it.
Apologetic or appeasing. I think appeasing makes sense here.
I feel like I need to...
I helped. He's appeasing the boys.
Yeah, we need to redo that line. I helped. I mean, I helped.
Well, I think he's trying to own it now at this point. Like, he's starting to be like, yeah, okay, I helped. Like, don't ask anymore. I'm confirming your suspicions, but don't press me for details.
Theoretically, he can convince himself that he helped. He is part of the workforce, and there is no I in team.
Yeah, that's all fine.
Yeah, there's also no I in Paul Blum.
No.
Now, if he was Paulium Blum, there would be an I. Or Pauly Blum.
There's also no I in deprecatory.
Yeah, there is no I in deprecatory.
If it hadn't been for Officer Riley, the fella might have got away, said Joe smoothly. He slapped the handcuffs on Blum in the neatest manner you ever saw. He was waiting for us right at the dock.
Riley beamed. This was praise, however undeserved, and he basked in the admiration of the boys, because that's one thing every adult wants, is admiration from teenagers.
Yeah, and I think that the next, as you finish this paragraph, this is the entire crux of 2/3 of this chapter right here.
He told himself that he had perhaps been mistaken in the estimation of these lads after all. They were not mischievous young rascals, but bright, intelligent, high-minded boys who recognized human worth. That shows you how low he is about himself.
Yeah.
Who recognized human worth when they saw it, and who respected achievement.
Yeah, so specifically
here.
Specifically in here, what happened was the boys mistakenly thought that he was a lieutenant and mistakenly thought that he had a role in this, and he has now reversed course to say these boys are smart. They got two big things wrong.
They are very bright.
Maybe I was wrong.
He pulls out his book of gold star stickers. He's like, Peter, bring me my book.
You're doing it, Peter.
He just starts, boom. He's throwing out stickers left and right to all the smart boys.
Well, then he starts to own it. Yes, he said heavily. I got Blum behind the bars, and he won't get out again in a hurry.
Oh, yeah.
He said, choking on a spoonful of cinnamon foreshadowing. He said it as though he had personally been responsible for Blum's capture, and personally responsible for seeing that the prisoner was kept safely locked up. "Nah, he won't get away on you, Lieutenant Riley," said Chet. Con Riley's opinion of Chet increased.
You think so?
The boy had mistaken him for a lieutenant. The mistake was natural enough, perhaps, but it would have to be corrected.
"Officer," he pointed out sadly. "Not lieutenant. Officer."
"Do you mean to tell me that you're not a lieutenant?" exclaimed Chet in well-assumed amazement.
"Not yet," replied the officer, leaving the impression, however, that it was only a matter of hours before such promotion should be in its natural course of events.
So they just start doing, like, they just keep going, like, can you imagine that? There's the police force for you. They keep a solid brainy man like Riley here on the beat and let fellas like Colleague be chief. It's wrong, I tell you. And everyone's agreeing, and Riley's just, I got to be patient. And Chet's saying, there's a limit to the patience. Never mind. My turn will come. You're just right. And, we'll try to stir up some public opinion and see if we can influence the public a little bit.
Feeding the goat.
Yeah. So Con Riley is amped up on these boys now. He is these are his cheerleaders, his hype men.
Yeah.
He's down with these guys.
He's finally got a squad.
Yeah. You are the only man who can wake this city up.
Whoa, is that actually a line?
Yep. Middle of 110. Followed by Con Riley, a trifle dazed by this avalanche of flattery, but nevertheless feeling that every bit of it was deserved, and that the boys deserved credit for their perception. He beamed with appreciation.
Yeah.
"I always thought you had a sort of grudge against me." Why don't you take Chet, second to last paragraph on 110.
"We may have been a little bit troublesome at times," agreed Chet regretfully. "But that was because we didn't understand you. I mean, after this, you may depend on us. Your time will come, Mr. Riley. Your time will come." Very interesting.
And now,
Very interesting.
have you seen the movie The Prestige?
Yeah. There's two
I don't
birds.
I don't know why.
No,
I
I'm
would
sorry.
ask
That's
you
the
if
Hugh
you've seen
Jackman
any
one.
movie. No, that's what I'm talking about.
Is the no? Okay.
Hugh Jackman and Christian Ball.
Sorry, I always get confused if The Prestige is the Hugh Jackman one that I like or the one with Ed Norton that I never watched.
Oh, that was like The Illusionist or
The
something?
Illusionist, that's what it is. Okay. Yes, The Prestige. That's the Nolan one. The Prestige. That's
exactly.
Michael Caine.
That's a Prestige. I think of that all, like, anytime I surprise myself with something, especially like if I'm editing and like just a cut ends up in the perfect spot and like the piece just works like on accident, I say aloud like, and that's the Prestige. But here, I feel like with the magic trick that is this chapter, there's the promise, the turn, and the prestige. Those are the three parts of the trick, as described.
You got a pretty good cane.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's well earned.
Oh, I appreciate that. I mean, it's not as good as my Danny Glover or my Danny Glover.
Yeah, what's the line from Shooter again? I was trying to tell her
Bob Lee didn't think he was expendable. Yeah. I do a lot of voice work in my spare time.
Oh, it's good. It's fantastic. Remember, we do have a voice acting class that goes for
$99.99.
$99.99. Yeah, and we have
on sale during the pandemic. It's normally $199.99. It's now $100 off.
Yes, but there is tax, which is $99.99. So Brett Hoy actually took our class and did get a voice acting gig. This needs to be known because I don't think enough people are signing up.
You can see his IMDb credit for Pizza Party Pauly.
Oh, Lord. Is there really an IMDb credit for it?
Better be.
If not, I will make it.
His breakout role.
Yeah, it's the only role he'll ever get, too. That's where he checks out, going out on top.
Pizza Party Pauly. Pizza Party Pauly Blum.
Hey, it's a pizza.
Did you hear my Pauly Blum joke in there? It was subtle.
I heard Pizza Party Pauly Blum.
Yeah, I took Paul Blum from our story and made it Pauly Blum.
Oh my God, that is awesome.
Isn't it? It's so awesome that it
Pizza
wasn't
Party
noticed
Polly
the first
Blum.
2 times I said it.
Yeah, that's
third time's the charm.
That's gotta be something.
So,
yeah.
Digression aside, this whole first part of the chapter has been the promise, and now we have the turn. The second part of the trick.
Yeah.
So the promise, if you remember from the Prestige, he's showing the bird, puts the bird in the cage. That's the promise. And then the turn is when the cage collapses.
Yeah.
Disappears. That's the turn. And then when he produces the bird, a live bird, that's the Prestige.
Yeah. Well, you didn't say it right.
Sorry, that's the Prestige.
Thank you.
So here we've been given the promise, and now here's the turn.
Getting the turn, baby.
Go ahead, get that last paragraph on 110.
You got it. I don't know where I'm at.
With this fine oratorical effort, Chet produced the package from beneath his arm. By the way, he said, I wonder if you would mind guarding this package for me, Mr. Riley. You'll be here for the next 10 minutes, won't you? A doubt flashed across Riley's mind. I'm on 111 now.
I'm there.
Okay.
Why don't your friends look after it?
We're all going to be together, and we didn't care to wait. If a man by the name of Muggins comes along and asks for it, you'll give it to him, will you?
Riley took the package. I'll take care of it, he promised. I imagine there's a wink in there, too.
Yeah.
Or a smile with a little glowing tooth, or, one of those. Bing!
With a little deprecatory wink. So Chet says, I wouldn't trust it with anyone but you, he declared solemnly.
You can trust me. I'll look after it. And if your friend Muggins comes along, I'll see that he gets it safely all right. I feel like he pats his stomach after he says that. I don't know why, but it just feels like the right thing to do.
Yeah. Deprecatorily pats his stomach.
Yeah.
So we've had the promise, and now here's the turn, where there's been this, like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
And it's important to note that in the Prestige, as they describe the 3 phases of a magic trick, the promise, the turn, they're saying the Prestige isn't just the reveal, but it has to be something that confounds the expectations. So it's not just like the cage reappears and the bird's in it again. Like, it has to come from someplace else. It has to, like what makes it's not just like the bird in the cage disappears and then the cage reappears. Like, cage disappears and then the bird appears from somewhere else.
Yeah.
And
it's the Kansas City Shuffle, baby.
Yeah.
They look right, he goes left.
And that's the Prestige. So here we have the turn, and Con Riley has been given a brown package and told to wait and give it to a guy named Muggins. And before we find out what the Prestige ends up being, we're allowed to, just as in a magic trick, really explore our own expectations for what could happen.
Yeah.
Because I know what you're probably thinking, listener. Oh, the package is some sort of goof, and it's going to, like, put whipped cream all over Con Riley. Like, there's going to be some goof that happens to Con Riley, and everyone's going to have a laugh at Con Riley.
I thought it was all bees. It was all bees. It was filled with bees.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
But, again, that's what we're expecting. And for there to truly be a Prestige, it's got to be something more. And so we're just going to let this build.
Oh, nice.
Let this build.
See, that's how you set up tension. That is how you set up tension. I'm not talking about what Leslie's doing. I'm talking about what you're doing. What you just did with the audience.
With the podcast?
With the podcast. I don't even know what's about to happen.
See, but what
You got me riled up.
I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. This literary
For those
masterpiece.
listening, he's holding up a book of the Hardy Boys.
Yeah, this is Secret of the Old Mill, 1920-something?
1928, 29, 28, 29, 30.
27.
27. Exactly what I said. Trust the gut instinct.
Okay. So, if I may start to blaze through a little bit of the next 2 pages.
Oh, Johnny Blaze.
So Chet thanks Riley, and the boys disappear around the next corner. Riley, with the package under one arm, leans against a post and thought well of himself and of the world in general. He completely revised his opinions of boys, and particularly... Whoa, that's a bit...
Of boys?
He completely revised his opinion of boys.
Kind of like
and
boys.
Particularly of Chet Morton, whom he now regarded as an exceptionally intelligent lad who would make his mark in the world.
Ooh.
Riley was glad that he was able to be of service to Chet by minding the package for him. Yeah, maybe it's a typo. Maybe it meant to say revised his opinion of the boys, but apparently Khan had some preconceived notions about boys, and Chet just
I think
turned
it's because he was
picked.
To me, Khan in high school was the guy who didn't have any man friends.
Which is what we call them.
Yeah, man friends. The
a lot
boys.
of boys have man friends.
You got the boys.
This is all
you know
normal,
what I'm saying?
healthy stuff.
Like when you go out, you're hanging out with me. Jesse's like, "Hey, where you going, Sean?" You're like, "I'm hanging out with the boys. I'm gonna go hang with the boys." I know you say that. See, he never had the boys. You know, he's just
do know.
only
now,
had himself. Now he's finally got the boys.
He's revised his opinion of boys.
Yeah.
So the package was not very heavy. He was curious as to its contents. Chet left the impression that it contained something valuable because he wouldn't trust anyone but Riley to guard it. That in itself was a compliment. Leslie right here is doing a great job of being a narrator, but narrating inside of Con Riley's head without all the quotations. And I feel like we've seen that in the rewrites where it's like Frank thought, boy, it sure is quiet in here, but it's like in quotes.
Yeah.
They have whole conversations where they're just thinking silently in quotes. And this is where the narrator is sort of letting us, into the mind of Con
Form
Riley
our
in a
own
subtle
conclusions, too, of
Yeah.
what he's truthfully thinking. Form his own dialogue, which is nice, which is writing.
Yeah. So he just keeps reflecting, big paragraph. He was naturally a sleepy man. He normally would take a few covert naps during the day. And he's starting to drift a little bit. And it's 5 o'clock. And it's rush hour. So there's just crowds running around. Suddenly, the shrill jangle of an alarm clock sounded. Riley started violently, straightening up, blinked, and looked behind him. The alarm clock trilled steadily. So people nearby started to look at one another. He looks up into the air, down at the pavement, and still this mysterious alarm clock rattles on. Then Riley became aware that the alarm clock was in the package under his arm.
Ooh.
So we can see our turn coming to life just a little bit.
Yeah.
Really starting
the
to...
sprinkles.
Yeah. And at the same time, the crowd became aware of that fact as well. Someone tittered, and someone else laughed outright.
Ooh. Carry your own alarm clock with you now? Do you? Asked a man, not a boy.
Yeah, asked men.
Riley, he still doesn't like men. Hasn't got there
His
yet.
opinion has not changed on men.
Yeah.
Boys, he came around on. Men, not so much. Riley felt very foolish. He was tempted to throw the package away, but instead held it gingerly by the string and pushed his way through the crowd. The unremitting alarm clock rang loudly.
Time to wake up! Shouted a wit in the crowd.
Also, his opinion on wits has not changed. Still staunchly opposed.
Riley flushed and hastened on down the street, but the alarm clock shrilled relentlessly. That tinkling bell seemed as though it would ring forever. And as Riley hurried on his way to the people turned and stared and laughed, and boys began to follow him. Oh, small boys began to follow him. It's a tiny version of the boys. While all the time the bell trilled on without a sign of weakening. So now he's just got a kind of a what's the line? The conga line. He's got a conga line of little tiny boys following him.
My name is Cuban Pete.
I'm the king of the rumba beat.
When I play the maracas, I go chick chicky boom, chick chicky boom.
I feel like when you hear my small package, it goes chick chicky boom. In this case.
Yeah, it goes chick chicky alarm clock.
And his name could be Con and Pete.
Oh, there you go.
Look at us.
We should write The Mask 2.
Well, yes, we definitely should. I think it should star Jamie Kennedy. I've just got a weird gut feeling.
I'm not here to tell you you're wrong.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's the support I need. Flower me up like the boys did to Con. I need it. I understand his feelings.
Yeah. Yeah, you can you can get there.
Thank you, Sean. I really can get there. Yeah.
So his journey down the street was a triumphal procession. The crowd of small boys following him swelled to the proportions of a parade. The bell rang on. Con Riley was the center of interest. He did not know what to do. If he threw away the package now, it would be an admission that he had been the victim of a practical joke. But the longer he kept the package, the more the crowd laughed and the louder the bell seemed to ring.
Yeah.
So this is the turn coming to life, as we've talked about. Like, so he was given the package, and coming from the promise of, a relaxing, peaceful day where Con Riley's on top of the world, respect to the boys, this package turns into a carnival of people laughing at him. His steps become faster and faster. And across Con Riley's mind flitted certain phrases of Chet Morton. Your time will come. You're the only man who can wake this city up. We shall see that your qualities of leadership are recognized.
I feel like the Saw music also came on as he is remembering all this dialogue.
Just some twisted flashback. With a mutter of wrath, he flung the tinkling package into the nearest alley, which is littering.
Littering and?
Littering and?
Littering and?
A uniformed street cleaner who was just emerging from the alley received the package full in the chest and sat down very suddenly. So littering and assault.
See, that was the setup, and that was the prestige.
Was that the prestige?
Of our joke. The joke that we just made of the littering and. The Super Troopers joke just got the prestige.
There's a mini prestige within the prestige.
We had an inception of prestiges.
This is Prestige Prime. Nested within. It's a calculus thing.
We should write a sequel to Inception and Prestige as one movie.
Called Inception Double Prime Prestige Prime.
Yeah, I would watch that movie. That's a Nolan film that I would see and enjoy.
So I know what you're thinking. This is what we expected to happen.
No, I was thinking about puppies.
Oh, I never know.
Yeah, I know. So don't claim that you know what I'm thinking.
I guess I was speaking more for our listeners because you know what's coming.
Okay, yes.
So the street cleaner flung the package back at Riley, and the crowd whooped with glee. The package fell into the street, the bell still ringing, and one of the small boys picked it up and ran after Riley, asking if he wanted it back.
What does whooping glee look like?
Do you know what whooping cough is?
Yeah, it's something babies get.
Is it babies or dogs?
Babies get whooping cough.
Can anyone get whooping cough?
I haven't heard of it outside of a baby. Well, that's a good question.
Let's see. Whooping cough is a highly contagious respiratory tract infection. In many people, it's marked by a severe hacking cough followed by a high-pitched intake of breath that sounds like a whoop. Before the vaccine was developed, whooping cough was considered a childhood disease. Pertussis. It's called Bordetella pertussis.
Pertussis, of course.
Yes. And what's fun, if you can see this on the screen there, this boy who has whooping cough, Con Riley has changed his expectation of boys like this.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
I'm going to make a shirt of that boy, and it's just going to say, Con Riley no longer hates you. Or something along those lines. There's something more clever there. But that boy has the best face. He looks so stupid. And I know that he's got the whooping cough, but he looks so confused. He looks stupid. Look how stupid he looks. What is he doing? It's like he's got a mouthful of marbles.
What I don't get about this photo is his eyes. Like it clearly looks like a photo where he's being caught off guard by like, oh, are you taking a like he's looking right into the camera, but it's a painting. Why would you paint someone with this look of like candid discovery? And that is the whooping cough prestige.
I'm laughing. I feel like I'm laughing as hard as Buddy Love does at Reggie when he goes to the comedy show and Reggie's telling your mama jokes. I finally feel Buddy Love's pain. Oh, Lord. Why is he making it's oh God, yeah, it's no, he's just so stupid. He's so he's got a little highlight under his nose as if a little bit of snot is running out.
Being caught by the light from the window in the background.
It's his lack of chin. His mouth just essentially droops into a chin. It's just so weird looking. He's just an undefined person. He's like a blob.
It's like when you do create a player but don't change any of the parameters.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Jesus, save me.
With the matter of wrath, blah, blah, blah. So mopping his brow. Oh, sorry. Thus he was pursued to the police station until the bell of the alarm clock ceased to ring, and only then did the crowd scatter. Which I have to hand it to the crowd, who kept it like these people. It was 5 o'clock. They were getting home. They needed to go home and cook dinner for their families. All this stuff. And everyone was like, "Hey, let's all make fun of Con Riley. He's got an alarm clock. Let's detour all the way to the police station.
Yeah,
and make fun of him."
Oh.
But I would say again, this is the turn completed. And I am unimpressed if the chapter ends here. This is not the prestige.
That's not the prestige.
Even though this seems to have come to an end, allow us to finish the chapter. So, mopping his brow flushed with anger, Riley took refuge in the station and vowed vengeance in the future on all the boys in Bayport. Which
that was a quick turn.
Yeah, particularly high school boys, most especially Chet Morton's gang, and most absolutely and positively Chet Morton himself.
Nice.
That's a quote from the book. This is his life's mission now. Which I think would make a good spin-off series of like Con Riley versus boys.
That's not a bad idea.
Just taking down boys in Bayport.
Yeah. Ooh, this can be like Falling Down.
Have you heard of Bad Boys? This is Bayport Boys.
Oh, that is, yeah, you nailed it.
That's so good.
But it just starts at 2. Let's just start it at 2.
Yeah. As for that worthy, in company with his chums, he had witnessed the alarm clock parade from a convenient corner across the street and was now limply making his way toward the Hardy's barn, pausing every now and then to burst into shrieks of laughter at the remembrance of Riley's undignified flight. Do you want to pick up here?
Yes. But when the Hardy boys and their chums reached the house, they found their father hastening down the front steps. "I just had a telephone message from the police station," he said.
It's a good Fenton. I like that Fenton.
Yeah, I do too. What's the matter?" asked Frank, while the other lads looked at one another guiltily. Had Riley reported them? "Paul Blum has escaped from jail," said Fenton Hardy.
"And that's the prestige."
And what a prestige! So, of course, he
not
escaped
only are they
from
distracting
jail.
and humiliating a police officer whose job it was to, keep things safe or whatever, who had arrested Paul Blum, all this. Not only did they distract him, but this ends with an actual criminal escaping from jail.
Yes.
And that is the prestige.
This episode has to be called The Prestige.
Oh, I think, yeah, absolutely.
It's a given.
And
It's a
I'm
given.
not convinced that this chapter was not co-written by
Chris
Christopher Nolan himself.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. Whoa, we should reach out to Chris Nolan. We should start a petition to get this chapter in front of Chris Nolan and ask if he wrote it.
This seems like a job for the subreddit.
This definitely seems like a job for the subreddit. Who's ever on it? Ooh, someone's pulling something up. My screen shifted.
Yeah, I'm just putting that kid back on there.
Oh, you dog. I have the book over half the screen, so I could just see you. It covers me.
Oh, that's right. You're reading a
PDF.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic too. I can highlight everything. I mean, this PDF made my life.
Yeah, thank you again to Peter for making that happen.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give a shout out to Caleb. I shared it with you in the Superfans text, but we have a new listener who happens to be from Missouri, I believe.
Oh, I didn't know he was from Missouri.
I believe that's what he said. P.S.
Good
I'm
man.
also in Missouri. How crazy is that? It is crazy. But as we know, Missouri is a hotbed for Hardy Boys listeners.
Yes, that's where they're all at. All 6 of us.
Yeah. And whether that's because Missourians have an interest in the Hardys or it's because we are here and our 4 friends that listen
are also here. Yeah.
Just because they've met us and listen.
I used to follow analytics, and I remember we did have some overseas listeners. I don't know if that was a mistake.
We did, and we do.
And I remember getting very angry at the age group of our listeners. It was just our age. I was like, where are the older listeners? Where are the boys?
So giving you a quick rundown here. Geographic location, 93% from the United States.
Nice.
48% of that is Missouri.
Oh, wow.
13% California, 10 Virginia, 8 Illinois, then Pennsylvania, Mississippi, Washington, Alabama. And at the bottom of the list
Alabama
is
man!
Hawaii on there as well.
Oh, who's from Hawaii? Hit us up. Send us a message. I wouldn't mind going to Hawaii. Maybe you could let us record an episode in your awesome house.
Man, we have listeners Canada, Ireland, Sweden, Italy, Australia, India, Austria, the United Kingdom, Zimbabwe.
Who's listening to us in Zimbabwe?
I don't know. Can I?
I don't believe that.
Not enough.
That's a lie. That's a mistake.
To get more specific, Argentina, Germany, South Africa, and Saudi Arabia.
Wow, we have a Saudi Arabia listener.
And with all of those countries, with all of those countries and all those states, 97% of our listener base is male and 1% is female.
Oh, we have fallen down so hard.
2%.
What's the other?
Is not specified. So this is according to Spotify.
That's the Morlocks.
Apparently.
According to what?
Spotify. So this is not completely comprehensive.
Yeah.
18 to 22 is 73% of our listeners. And 45 to 59 is 20%.
Okay.
Even though in all of that, Spotify makes up only 24% of our listeners.
Oh,
so this is all.
This is just the Spotify analytics.
Yeah, I wonder if Apple would give us a more detailed breakdown.
Yeah, they would. You're darn tootin' they would. That's where most people. That's where I listen to it. Is Apple Podcast.
Same.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can do this here.
Oh, yeah, there's a noise.
Yeah, this is good content here.
Well, the people have to know who's listening to the show.
Yeah, because everyone cares.
Yeah, they care where our listeners are from.
That's
a given.
Us. And I don't even know that it's going to give us details here. Not enough data to give us an overview for this show yet.
That's a cop-out.
Trends, there's no data available right now.
Man.
Episodes, yeah, this is disappointing.
We got to change this.
I'm sorry to our listeners for having put up with this delay only to learn nothing. I'm so sorry.
Is the prestige.
And that was not the prestige. Is there anything you want to say in wrapping this up?
I don't know. Is it a good time to go to a break?
I think we're going to call this an episode. We've been an
hour.
hour.
Yeah, we're definitely going to call it an episode.
We may record another one right after this, but...
Do we end it on a break, though?
What do you mean?
Do we cut to a commercial break and then come back and then end it? Nah. Yeah, we've pulled that joke once before.
Do you think... here, I'll put this out there, and if you've made it this far into the episode, this is the last thing. If you make it to the subreddit, I would like to know, would you still listen if we did a single ad up front instead of taking an ad break in the middle? It's like, here we've got this episode that's like 50 minutes long, and I could, shoehorn an ad into the middle of it. Or if it starts with an ad and then we play the episode, that works.
I like the ad in the middle because it's like a little intermission.
I do. We just missed the opportunity today.
Yeah.
Well, here's.
But I like the idea of starting this one off with an ad. It's just going to confuse people. Could you play half of the ad up front and the other half in the back?
No.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, I have some limitations.
Yeah.
Alas, this one we'll just make this one ad free. We'll correct that mistake moving forward.
Our first adless.
First adless.
Well, not really our first adless.
No, we did them without ads for a long time.
Yeah. Just going back to our roots. This is the roots episode.
So this was comparison part 8, part 2. Last one was part 8, part 1. This is part 2 of 2 of part 8. Which means that I hope... Oh, no.
You got it. I have faith in you.
The video recording adds a little bit of pressure, I feel like.
Just cover yourself up. That's what I do.
Oh, okay.
Sean, I have cataracts. I can't see anything. I don't know why we keep video chatting.
I also can't read. Even if my eyesight was perfect, I just don't understand. Hopefully things will be fine when we get to chapter 9.
I know.
No?
No. Vetoing that. Terrible.
Wow.
Hopefully things will be fine when we get to chapter 9. No. You're way smarter than that.
You're better than that.
Sean, you are the smartest, funniest person I know. Let me Con Riley you for a second. Let me inflate that. Let me get that goat. Yeah.
David,
here we go.
That line was divine. And
you don't know where to take it.
And I'll see you in comparison part 9.
That rhyme was a crime. Let's just go to chapter 9.
All right. The end.
Oh, yes.